this
okay.
call, I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask you a couple questions if you don't mind. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead. Of
Yeah.
course.
Okay. I just would like to have kind of like a little bit of a live feedback on your use cases, your experience, and results that you have as comparison using our tech. And you've been using tech, I mean, you're very familiar with it in your business it's not just 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year. You've been doing stuff for years. And I very highly respect and value your experience that plays in having credibility in knowing your numbers and knowing the game and how your business rolls out and how it's been augmented with our systems. So the reason why I'm looking for this is just so other people can have at least some kind of a baseline or some understanding on some sort of expectations, like how it may be able to relate and help me in their business, right? So
Okay.
we can always say we can create, we have a tool to do this, but people are more interested in a result that gets them from A to B. So
Okay.
and I could talk about that myself, but you're a real user and your experience before we even met. So I just like you to share. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Okay, well, we'll just jump right into it. I mean, pretty much give yourself a bit of an introduction so we have that on record here. I mean, myself, I'm Greg Blazer from Business on Software, part of the boss team here. And I'm your SaaS superhero that helps you go further faster with AI automation and automating your lead gen and client outreach and automated conversion on autopilot. So you don't have to. So now we're talking specifically about Social Prospector at this moment. So why don't you introduce yourself? Then I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay, sounds perfect. So my name is Tommy Walker. I call myself the mind engineer and I'm my mindset coach. So I'm always looking for leads online, organic marketing, things like that to be able to grow the business. So I'm doing some ads, but mostly is running, in this case, different softwares to try to get leads in autopilot. That's kind of the idea. And that's how I came across over here with the guys from, SaaS that just blew my mind as I got to know them and found their products.
Fantastic. So you're a user of at least 3 of our products, not more. And the one that I'm going to ask you about in particular, because it's usually the very first one, precursor for all the rest that help people get all kinds of leads and customers banging down their door, and it just fills their pipeline, it fills their funnel for them, so to speak. So, and that's socialprospector.ai. So one question, if you could please quantify the best that you can in how using AI automation in your outreach has increased your business and monthly revenue, and also the time saved each day or week. So it's kind of 2 questions rolled up in one. One is the monetary value, because I always try to focus on 2 things that are valuable that people will pay for every day. Is 1, to make more money. Increase the bottom line, that's worth money, right? It takes money to make money in business. Number 2, also because it's hard to clone ourselves, so as often as we can, automation systems do that. I look at also wrapping in a way to save exponential amount of time. That is my 2 goals in every single one of my softwares, is to increase revenue and ROI at the same time as saving time over making less income. Like the way someone was making less income prior to our automations, they'll save more time than what they were doing before and make more money at the same time. So I just want to hear from you with that question, how that's kind of worked out in your process and your experience without AI augmentation in your business, and also now with it.
So the thing is this, I've been around for several years now. I tried many tools, different automation tools out there. I also tried VAs, and the truth is that what I found with Prospector tool is that I can send 80 messages a day at least, or sometimes you can increment more, but I'm playing it safe around 80 per day. So it's 80, times 7, because I put that to run every day. So we're talking about 560 messages per week. So we're talking about more or less 2,000 and something messages a month that it's on autopilot. I had to pay somebody before to do that work. It would cost maybe between $200, $300, or $400 at least to have somebody doing that type of work, just that type of work. And we're talking about, I have a software that does it for me. So I have the creating leads, sending messages. I have also, when I already have people that are in my pipeline, I'm doing that. I just launched my new book, and I sent a message to everybody in my friend list saying that I launched my book, and I've sold, I don't know, at least $700 of my book and different extras. It's a low ticket thing. So you have an idea of a $5 item. I've sold between that and a couple of things more that I set upsells. I made like $700 by a click of a button of just sending messages out to all these people that are already in my friend list. So it has been amazing getting leads per day, making thousands a month with this software, because it's getting leads all the time going my way, right? And, nurturing them. I've seen that emails or even now SMS is getting more complicated, but through Facebook, when you send private messages, that people are going to see them. If you're friends with them, they're going to see them. If they're not, there's chances still that they're going to be able to see them if you send a friend request on a message. So again, trying this software has been amazing into growing my business, keeping a more steady income as I go, and even making more money as the launch that I did my book, or any launch that you do, you can use the software to have you. I did an event a couple of weeks ago, not a month ago, more or less, I don't remember now, but I did an event where I reminded everybody that had signed up to the event through Messenger too, about the event, so they wouldn't forget about the event. So it has been just amazing, the different things that this software does.
Fantastic. Thank you. Another thing is, say the time. So if you could even say, just give it so we don't get personal information.
It takes me 5 minutes a day. It takes me 5 minutes a day to set the thing going, to send 80 messages and friend requests. So it takes me 5 minutes. I use 5 minutes and then I go do something else. I leave it running in the background. I had other softwares that as you put it to run it, it would interfere with your normal work. So it would pop up something in the middle of your work and it would be a mess. What I found with this is that it's amazing. It's running in the background. You can just leave it there. And so in 5 minutes, I'm creating 80 leads per day. Less than 5 minutes. It could be even 2 minutes setting everything ready. If you have it already, if you set the messages and everything in 2 minutes, a couple of clicks, very easy to use, and it's sending 80 messages out.
I'm so happy you mentioned that.
Many hours.
Actually, sorry?
I've saved many hours a week of this, using this software.
So let's just for an example, you said 5 minutes a day, you send out messages every single day, automated.
Yep.
And if you were to do that without this augmentation, this superpower, what would that take you per day? So let's just quantify that in messages. I'm sure you've probably done this before having such tools. What does 5 minutes today with this superpower translate into yesterday when you didn't have it? So we have a time ratio.
So let's talk about, because sometimes when we talk about just numbers, people don't get it. Okay, just numbers. So let me explain, going to a group, going through the members, picking the right people in a group, that already takes time. It could take you maybe several minutes per person to pick a person that you might be interested in reaching out. So we can talk about, let's put it 5 minutes to pick one person. As you go through the list, you find a possible lead. Okay, that is time. So let's put 5 minutes to that. Then you got to click on there, go into the profile, add them. So that could maybe add 1 more minute, right? 2 more minutes, that's at the most, right? Then you got to add the 2 more minutes more minutes are you going to take to send that person the message? So let's put it to be nice. Okay. Let's say that everything takes 8 minutes per person. In between, you find the guy, you say, this is a good fit. You look at the profile, you look at something that's not look at the profile, but you look at something that stood out. He's in a specific, country or somewhere that might be interested or whatever. So finding the person, adding them and sending them a message. That's about 8 minutes per person. So 8 minutes per person times 80. So it's 640 minutes divided by 60. So we're talking about 10 hours. Could it be? 8 minutes? No, it could not. Sorry. 10 hours. Is that right? Wow.
Just over 10 and a half hours. So if you were to round it up.
Okay, let's do it with 5 minutes. Let's do this. Let's do it with 5 minutes. So it's more like people say, okay, 5 minutes. 400 minutes.
Break,
so divided by 60.
No tea break, no coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. We're talking around more or less, it's saving 6 hours per day. Like the least that is saving is 6 hours. And I think it's much more because you're talking about breaks, doing this tedious work every day, every single day, right? It is very tedious. So imagine between 6 and 8 hours daily that I'm saving, that it takes me 5 minutes with this software. Yeah. So it's crazy. Yep.
Now I have so 6.
I got 2 more minutes and I gotta go to another call. Okay, just sorry to let you know. Okay. So
sorry, how long?
6. I got 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay. So 6 hours times 7 days time
42 hours.
168 hours per month I'm saving.
168 hours per month. Now, what's that worth without even getting into the extra income? Yeah. Wow.
Exactly.
That's awesome. No, it's fantastic. I really appreciate it. And one thing I want to say too, and thanks for mentioning and noticing the difference, is that true automation, which our softwares are the only ones in the world that run as a true automation in the background while you can still continue to work. Anything else that even remotely attempts or tries or to do things hijack your PC. They hijack your resources, your systems, your PC. They stop you from being able to work. So it's like, why not do it yourself? You're not duplicating yourself. You're just benching yourself, and you can't use the rest of the tools in your computer. So that's not an automation. Ours is a true automation that runs in the background passively, creating income for you, saving you 160 hours a month on the minimum side. We said it was over 10 hours being realistic, and we just kept knocking it down by half and by half.
Because normally as you go through a list, you might go through 10 people that you go into the profile, you see if they're a good fit, you say like, no, this is not a good fit, move to the other one. So it could take between 5 to 10 minutes to find one lead. 5 to 10 minutes to the next lead, 5 to 10 minutes to the next lead. Maybe you got a couple of leads that they're one after the other. Oh, this guy. But then you keep scrolling through different groups to find people that might be potential clients. So if you go through that, we're talking at least 160 hours, but it could go up to 200 hours a month that you are saving using this software, or even paying somebody. Because even if you hire somebody from, I don't know, a country that they have very low salaries, and you hire them to do this work, they're going to charge you for that amount of hours. They can charge you maybe, I don't know, $800 or more. It's like a salary.
Exactly.
So that's another thing to understand, because people might think, oh, I'm just pick up a VA from some country that they charge very little. For that amount of hours, the least that you can get maybe is $5 an hour. So for 100 hours, $500, 200 hours, $1,000. So think about that. Exactly.
And is it as precise? Is it as consistent? Is it as persistent? Does it call in sick? Does it take a nap? Does it take a break? Does it play hooky while you're getting paid? I mean, there's all these things that, there's just no way to compete. One last thing. Now this, you don't have to answer because it's maybe a little more on a personal nature, but you're in a unique position as kind of a high ticket coach. And so you coach and you mentor people as well that are in businesses and in mindset and business. and so forth. And there'll be some people that would be interested as well. It works for, say, you, so it could work for, say, a coach. But how does that translate, say, for getting them as close to quick or instant results, or helping their clients also have wins and, say, coming off looking great? So if, I mean, you don't have to speak to that, maybe a little bit more into the personal side of things. I didn't have the question written down, but it's just coming to mind now, because I do work with quite a lot of coaches, and there's others that are interested too.
If somebody is a business coach, they can offer this to the people in that business, in their program, as a part of their program, because now when the people start using this, it's going to make it fast track the getting the leads. One of the biggest struggles that most people have is getting leads. Everybody talks about getting leads and being the most. So a lot of people get out there and start creating content and a lot of stuff. But then, you know, content not necessarily, if you're not a big name out there, is going to get you people. So if you want to start getting your first clients, right, or get your clients to get their first clients, the best thing they could do is get out there and start going hunting, right? If you stay there and wait for the animals to come your way, it can work, but it's much more slower. If you get out there and start hunting for your prey, sorry I put it this way, but to make it clear, but it's getting out there, and I call it helping people out there and talking with people. This software helps you talk with hundreds of people a month, and eventually some of them are going to convert into clients, and that's the idea.
Excellent, excellent. No, thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Tommy. So yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah. Any last things you'd like to add? I know you got to go right now and your time's precious.
I really appreciate what you guys did. I love everything you did. As you know, I bought everything. I'm using everything. I also have the other products, not just Prospector. I'm using Social 360 that helps me have tags so I can put, you know, different colors to the people I'm talking to. And the good thing of the software that you have that is very different to what most people have out there is that I can tag people in different groups. So it's not just one person is, you know, warm lead, but they came from this group, and I reach out and I can kind of have a better idea of where I'm taking these people through. Just putting one tag to a person, just hot lead, cold lead, whatever, I don't know where they came from. I forget. Maybe I got them from this group or that group. So the good thing about this software is I can really check out what's going on. And then you got Group Master that it really helped me do the automation of my group and sending messages and welcoming people into the group, tagging them and all that. So I'm really happy with all the products that you guys have. You've done an amazing job. I've never found anything out there that is as good as what you guys are offering. I gotta go, so thank you very much. Talk to you, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Tommy.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. You too. Okay, bye-bye.